what brings you out here? Sorry, you don't even have to answer that. That's a tough question,
it's
man.
fine. It's actually, it's a pretty easy one to answer. So I grew up in the foster care system, and I was living with a family, and pretty much is when I turned 18, they were like, get out, don't come back. The people that are trying to get themselves off the streets and are actually motivated and have the capacity to do so just don't get the help they need, because all the resources are overrun with people that just don't have the ability or capacity to get themselves off the streets, so they become pretty much residential for those resources. And then the people that have the capacity get put on a back list that never gets tended to, and it just piles up. So,
is there something that the people that are homeless get charged for that really they're not hurting you?
Oh yeah, all the time. I was hanging out with a couple buddies in Santa Cruz downtown. We all had instruments. We were playing music on the sidewalk, and we all got cited for panhandling. But it was they just said that whenever I got the ticket in the mail, which I don't know where I'm going to get a ticket in the mail from, I don't have a mailbox, that it would show a price on there whenever I got the copy in the mail. But yeah. But I've been threatened to be cited for all kinds of things. Doing what I'm doing right now, just sitting on a bench making art. I've been told that I needed to move along, that I couldn't loiter and stuff like that in parks. So, I mean, yeah.
Over time, does that scare you less? So, like when you first had people trying to tell you these things, did it scare you? But over time, you kind of like have become dull to it?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, at first I was really worried about, like, you know, oh, I'm going to keep getting tickets and they're going to pile up, and those citations are going to turn into warrants. Those warrants are going to turn into all kinds of stuff for me. And I'm not a criminal, so I don't have any kind of criminal record or anything like that. So I was really worried about that, because there is going to be a point where I'm going to transition back into being in a house and having a job and doing all that stuff. I didn't want anything that's going to happen to me out here in my current situation to affect that. But yeah, over time, you know, it eventually just became just pretty much nothing. Like, it's just an annoyance, really. It's kind of like gnats flying around your face. It's like, okay, gotcha, I'll move along, whatever.
That's what you think they're just trying to make you do, is move along?
Yeah, that's their whole goal, because, I mean, yeah, I could go into detail on my thought process on that, but, I mean, it's modern society, everybody's so clean, and like noses in the air, and like anybody that looks like, you know, dirty, or like they don't get a shower daily or anything like that, they don't want to see those kind of people at all. So they just try to make sure that they're always moving, so that way no one ever really sees them sitting down anywhere. And it's this whole weird, like, dynamic, I guess you could call it, where like there's people in the streets a lot. I'm not going to say all of them, but a lot of them are either mentally ill, like severely,
that's true,
or they're on drugs that changes like the way they think about things, and like makes them do things that they usually wouldn't do as a sober person. And so, like, I smoke cigarettes and I smoke weed, and that's it. And I get thrown into the category all the time. I have people yell tweaker at me and tell me I'm a meth head and tell me I'm an addict and all kinds of stuff, which is funny to me, because it's just them being lazy-minded and not willing to open their mind a little bit and say, hey, there's people out here that don't do it.